Hello, everybody, and welcome to Akuban Nights, where the cast makes fun of me when the screen's dark.
Hi, guys.
We make fun of you when the screen's not dark.
Yeah, we just make fun of you. Come on now.
I don't like my cast. I want new ones. We're holding auditions next week after I kill them today. How are you guys doing?
I'll just audition again. It'll be fine. I'll breeze it. I'll breeze it. It's fine.
So how was everyone's week? Daniel, did something happen to your water closet? No? Okay, let's move on.
Euphemism ever.
In fact, we had a man visit our water closet.
You had a man visiting recently?
Specifically for our water closet.
Oh
and
my.
He is currently in the middle of attaching paper to it. To the walls.
You're putting toilet paper on the walls? You guys are so weird.
No.
You're so weird.
Just paper, not toilet
Just like
paper.
stapling A9 paper to the wall over and over again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next, you'll be wallpapering the washing machine that's in the kitchen as well.
You know?
No, you attach carpet to it. It's amazing.
Do you have walled carpets or walled carpeted washing machines?
No. You put carpet on your washing machine. It's got to be like a really neon color, and then it fits with your everything else. And it's
only if everything else is a neon color, though, Necker.
What do you do on your washing machine that it needs carpet on it?
Have you never sat on a washing machine on full spin cycle? I recommend it.
I'm sure you do, but we need to cycle some of these cameras real quick to get everyone in the right place, and I apologize that they weren't already cycled.
I always have to fucking
someone turn my video
I turned your camera off. It's okay.
Oh,
Anna-Sophie, would you turn your camera back on, please? Dan and Sammy, would you please turn your camera back on?
It's always.
Host has asked you to start your video.
Yes.
Just press no.
Has anyone else visited an amusement park aside from Fuzzy recently?
Nope.
Amusement park? What?
You're talking about rides on machines. I figure it's an amusement park.
I was amusing.
The washing.
I think if you did that in a park, you'd get arrested.
I just said I meant it was entertaining. Okay, all right.
Depends on the time of day.
You walked into that, Neal. You walked into that. You gave me that.
I'm abandoning what you guys did last week. We're just moving into game. Where are we? What happened? You people.
I don't know.
We found a will.
There was no way.
Will. But there was a will, even if there wasn't a way.
I'm very bad at telling recaps. Can someone else take the lead? I believe Thayama did last. No.
Last week, yes.
I believe Thayama did last week's, so we should have someone else read it.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Well, basically, we were able to acquire the will of our dear father. And we found out that he wants us to rob all the graves of all the important people to prepare for Escoria. And we decided, well, that's a great idea. Let's go to our uncle's grave and just get the magical sword and magical shield that's inside. We took a red shirt with us, which was in form of some secret policeman, right? Who sadly died to a trap.
Swinging blade trap.
Can we call him an undercover officer? Secret police has odd connotations.
Okay. An undercover officer who flashed his badge at us. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And we were able to find the grave of our uncle. To our surprise, he was an undead. Wasn't quite happy to see us. And as soon as Sam said, "We're here to take all your shit," he thought it's a good idea to attack us. So we had a little confrontation.
A little family squabble.
Yeah,
took about an hour.
We kind of figured out that our family was always bad at combat because our uncle was bad at combat as well. The only thing we can really do is kick in the groin, and that's very hard. So we're not sure where that leads. I mean, if we visit some other family members, maybe that's really a thing. But other than that, we were able to acquire the shield. We put the remains of our father, of our uncle, back into his tomb.
What happened to
And-
the sword?
Oh,
broke.
the sword. Well, our uncle, a great warrior as he is, decided to use too much force with the shield and kind of crumbled it to pieces.
Yeah.
That crit
Well-
failed him.
We ended on leaving on the tomb again and weren't sure what to do next. And actually, I think we're still not sure what to do next.
All right.
Are
So
we, guys?
here you are, having exited the tomb. You are back in your residence in Tal'Ushar. I don't think we really covered where you're living. There's probably a small royal palace. And when I say a small royal palace, I mean only like, 5 or 6 bedrooms. Maybe 7, I don't know. Somewhere here that you guys can take up residence in. So I think we're gonna come back into game where you guys are all chilling in your little palace. All right. Let's pick back up here. What are you guys doing? What's the plan? What are the things that you need to get done?
Well, considering our out-of-game discussion a bit, it seems like my sister Sarah has some ideas on what we might be interested in doing next.
Way to pass the
Yeah,
buck.
so I guess I collect the whole family around the table, and I just say, so listen, I've thought about this list of tombs and what to do next, and I'm not sure if you have any ideas, but I think the council needs to know about the contract that we made with Mistria. And I think it would be wise to talk to the Sparksteel family first about what's to come before we go into the meeting with the council. I've looked at the different tombs that Bud has come up with, and I saw that there's a tomb of a Sparksteel family member, and it has apparently a myth or some legend around it, which says that the Sparksteels were able to have a weapon production running for like days on end without any interruptions. And I feel like this could be really useful for us because we would be able to, if there was an item that would help with this and that would provide these like this strength and this weapon forging, I think it would be really, really important for us. And I think it would take priority over all the other things we might find, because it will also be, it is also our protection from Drekis, in a sense, if we arm our own people with these weapons.
Okay. How do the rest of you feel about this plan of action? Going after the Sparksteel family's tomb of their great hero from something.
Diana's absolutely fine with this.
I mean, our uncle's tomb is one thing, but should we really be raiding the tombs of other families without talking?
That's the thing. I think that is absolutely like a valid point, and I thought about this as well, of course. Maybe there's some kind of favor we can do for the Sparks, because it is all a legend, right? Maybe they don't know where the tomb is themselves, but just imagine this, okay? What if whatever item it is, what if we don't keep it? But if we give it to the Sparksteel family in return for their favor to like vouch for us in the council and to start this weapon production for us, they would like acquire great power for their forging. And I mean, they are dwarves. Dwarves are usually interested in forging, right? Maybe we could like strike a deal with them.
That's very profiley of you to assume that all dwarves like forging.
I
She
mean,
said dwarves, not all dwarves.
Hashtag not all dwarves.
many
What-
dwarves?
What is
Lots of-
the Sparksteel family's specialty in government operations?
Well, they are the blacksmiths, right?
Yeah, they're the ones in charge of weapons and armor, and who has a license to create weapons and armor, and who will create what for who and how. And they're sort of we don't have they're like the ATF in the United States. That might not work for you guys. Shit. I've realized now the weakness of this show. You'll never understand any of my metaphors.
You can never use the football fields, Neal. Doesn't work.
Damn it. Yeah, they're the government regulatory body governing who can make weapons and armor and buy weapons and armor and sell weapons and armor and trade weapons and armor. So, it's sort of their jam to be into smithing. At least regulation of smithing, oversight of smithing. Is this the plan?
Sounds like a good plan to me.
How would you like to go about this? Are you guys just gonna walk over and, excuse me, where's your grandfather? Can we raid his tomb, please? Or, or what? Do you have another idea?
I think it would. It is an interesting idea to take a look at the tomb, but if we are going to try to sell it to the Sparksteel family, maybe we should try a more in-game. Maybe we should try a more diplomatic approach. That we have heard about the legends of their ancestor, and in the now upcoming dire times of confrontation with Drekis and Mystria, it might be a good idea to seek out these legends or these myths if they are really true and might be harvested for the greater good of Akuba.
And we could say that we're worried about, disturbing the peace of the graves, and that we that we would absolutely be open to have assistance by, knowledgeable dwarves to come with us to explore the place or to give us advice, so we don't do anything wrong when we're there.
Yes, and that we are not interested in the riches that we acquire there, but only in to benefit Akuba and the Sparksteel family, to do it as a little favor for them. To show them that we respect them and actually care for them.
It would also mean that we put Akuba's needs for those of our own family, because obviously we have a list of gods, right? That we could just tomb raid.
You're breaking up kind of bad here.
Oh shit! Well, you just go on. I'll figure it out.
I mean, now it's fine when you're. But
yeah, I
whatever.
think it's just as soon as I lay back, it's probably getting worse. So I just have to sit like this.
Perfect.
You need to ASMR the microphone. That's very important.
Yes.
We all need to hear your great voice.
Yes, but it's frustrating to ASMR microphones because you have to touch them basically. Anyway.
Headphone.
A bit of love to a microphone. No. So,
Keeping on topic.
yes.
Yes.
In general, I think this is a great idea. Should we go back to Tal'Ushar for that? To speak to the head of the house directly? Do we have other matters we should keep an eye on in the capital?
I wouldn't put up a grave robbing proposition via messenger to these guys. That would probably not go over well. I still had business in Tal'Ushar, but I don't know. How pressing is this matter to you all?
Well, I think it is important. We don't have the support of the houses, of the noble houses at the moment. And even though we did some good deeds in Tal'Ushar by killing the kobolds and ridding the forest of the displacer beast, I don't think it is enough to get the houses on our side. So I think Sarah has a good idea in contacting the Sparksteel family and trying to gain some influence in over the nobles there.
Yeah. I guess I could move I could probably have it arranged to have my business come with me to Sandashar. I was looking into some magic and training routes. One I still haven't spoken to yet.
Yeah. So you had asked the head of one of the families. Which family is it that oversees magical responsibilities?
It is the Shazar family.
Yes. You asked one of the representatives of the Shazar family to provide you with some magical books for further spell learning. And that is available for you immediately. You can also, if you would like, take it with you to Sandashar, because they like you and they trust you. You're the prince after all. We'll do a little bit of that in a bit once we square away what the rest of the party is up to.
We haven't heard any mention of the king's passing here in Tal'Ushar at all, have we?
You guys are fairly insulated. You don't... I mean, who would you hear it from?
If anyone passed on their condolences.
No. You guys have mostly been hanging out by yourselves. It would be wildly inappropriate for servants to pass on their condolences. Maybe some guards could, but you guys are pretty chill and on your own, and no one's mentioned the fall of your father to you at all.
There's been no, like, lowering of flags or anything like that to
Nope.
Signal the people.
Nope.
Wow.
Okay.
Popular, huh?
Maybe messages have just not gone through yet. There was
Maybe
we did
it was just a night of celebration.
it did leak to one person in the library, but we told them to keep it hush.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just
Like
why
that ever works.
exactly, which is just why I was wondering if word had gone around yet. If you don't mind, I can deal with a different well, no, I'll just say it to the family. I had you saw the griffins in the tower, correct? I kind of had a fantasy idea that maybe I could learn to ride one. Perhaps I could. Nice face, Neal. Perhaps I could bring a tutor to, and a griffin back to Sandashar.
I'm not so sure you can easily just take a griffin away. I mean,
they're trained, correct?
For it.
There's no harm in asking.
Brother, do you really think you should try to fly a griffin? Pretty sure it takes a lot of time.
Oh, perhaps, but we have a lot of time in the world.
Unless we get killed by a red dragon.
Indeed.
In which case, it may be beneficial to fight a red dragon if I could ride a griffin.
Brother, why the sudden obsession with griffins?
I didn't realize they were in Tal'Ushar, and my first visit here has kind of got me intrigued by them.
You already have a pony and a camel.
You have a pony?
Do I?
Well, no, he has.
Now
Probably.
you have a pony.
It's too small to ride now. It's just a pony from when he was a kid.
It's just back in the stables at
When
home.
I was a kid, it'll be like 15 years old.
Yeah, it's a little old Shetland pony. They've put it out to pasture now.
But
Aw.
brother, it's not one of your past obsessions where you just want something to have it and then don't take care of it anymore. I remember the bird you wanted for your 9th birthday, and when you got it, it nearly died because
That
it
was
wasn't
when
as
I was
into
9,
theme.
brother.
Do you remember the kitten and how we never cleaned up after it? I remember the kitten.
The kitten, oh God. Poor kitten. Well,
And the puppy. Didn't they end up giving that to the huntsmaster because he never ever interacted with it?
what happened to the puppy?
I was fine hunting by myself. I didn't need that puppy. It was father's idea.
I believe that it ended up as, it's part of the hunting pack. It's fine.
So I think the party is getting ready to head to Tal'Ushar, right?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
May's just like there, sort of stroking her hawk, just being like, yes. People who can't take care of their pets, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just having my character decided for me at this point.
Sorry. You're a terrible pet owner.
Turnabout is fair play, NECA.
I'm sorry.
So, as you guys are making your preparations to leave, letting the servants in the palace know that you'll be heading off soon and that they can clean your rooms once you're gone, and all of the jazz and the circumstances and pomp that come with royal family members leaving town, the representative from the, oh God, I've already forgotten their name, Shazar family? Shazarian?
Shazar are the
yes.
magic ones.
Zara's a magic.
Shazarian.
Shazareen is the guards and
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Shazaran. Shazaran.
The Shazar family
Ram Lam Ding Dong.
shows up at the palace.
Not their name.
And Sammy is notified that the Shazar representative is hanging out in one of the parlors there,
Good.
waiting for you.
I attend.
Excellent. The person gives you a stiff bow and approaches you with a bundle of books, all wrapped with a nice, fancy, somewhat lacy cord that ties it all together. Looks to be about 6 books.
Marvelous.
Yep.
I can't wait to get my teeth into this research.
Please do not bite the books.
I will not lay a tooth on the books.
Wonderful. Excellent. These
He does
are...
sniff them. I've seen it.
They smell
You're not
wonderful.
there.
These are a collection of books from former wizards and scholars who have moved on. I think they may be of appropriate level and use for you. When you're done, just return them to any Shazar family member, and we will see that they are properly returned and cataloged and whatnot.
Very well.
He sets them down on the table, and his hand lingers on it and says, while these are... please be careful with them.
The books or the...
The books, yes.
Yes.
Please be careful with them, and try not to let any harm come to them.
I would never let harm come to a book willingly.
Good. Then he takes off. So, NECA, how many spells can you learn per spell level?
So as per spell level, I can learn 11.
How many
And
first level spells do you have?
Currently have 9 first level spells.
So you can learn 2 more first level spells. You're not 3rd level yet, are you?
We have just turned 3rd level.
Well then, this will be a fantastic opportunity for you also to learn 2nd level spells, numbering 1 through 11. I'm going to send you this list. This is all the 1st and 2nd spells that you see on this list are in your books, except for the ones with black headers that are tagged as necromancy. They are not in any of these books. Everything else is here, though. So you are free to delve into them and learn if you would like. They take 1 day per spell level to learn, and then a check to learn. So 1st level spell takes 1 day, 2nd level spell takes 2 days. And you need to spend, that's like 8 hours of study in the day. So a carriage ride you could study in, but not while you're riding on your camel.
Right.
So forth and so on.
So
And
it's half a day's worth of studying.
no, it's a full day. 8 hours is a day of studying per spell level.
I mean, 8 hours is half a day,
Is a-
technically.
8 hours is a full day of work and a full day of study.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't, if you try and cram your magic stuff, you're just gonna fuck it up when it comes to casting it. You can't cram. You can only really get 8 hours of good work in the day. And that 8 hours probably takes you like 12 hours to do because of breaks and walking around and staring out the window and twiddling your thumbs.
And talking to family members.
And looking for long lost cats, yeah.
Alphabetizing your
I'll find that cat.
Okay, did we all roll for HP last time?
Yes.
Oh yes, I see these rolls.
I'm not in single digits anymore.
Wonderful.
Or am I? No, wait, did I? Because
Nope, I see it. You rolled,
No, you rolled.
6 minus 1 is 5.
Thank you for reminding me, because there was one thing I did not roll for, and that is my mana points.
So you're gonna roll your willpower, right?
okay, cool. I think my thing.
My
didn't-
willpower, I think, is 16. I'm gonna need to double check. Oh, it's
do.
on my. Of course, it's on roll 20. Why would I not think it's not? My willpower is
So he's going to roll
16.
a d16 or what
A
is
D16.
Okay, interesting.
and I had when I was level 1, I had max roll, correct? I got 16 immediate.
Yeah,
or
you start with 16 at level 1, then you rolled for level 2 and got, I don't remember what.
I got a 3,
Because you
which
said
meant I had a total 19. So here comes a d16, and hopefully I get high.
Or
It's better than last time.
it could be worse.
Could be worse.
Okay, and that is our cue to update all of your stats. Bud, how much HP do you have?
25.
Wonderful. And your AC has stayed the same, yeah?
It's the same.
Maya, what is your max HP?
14.
Wonderful. Sarah.
22.
Ooh, quite nice. And Dan.
Dammy's is 12.
And your MP?
Oh my god, I'm tankier than my brother. Yay!
Of course you are. My MP is 23.
Excellent.
Glass Cannon Club. Yo.
I mean, that's how wizards roll, you know?
Yep. And let's face it, and rogues.
Mhm.
If you can see me, I'm fucked.
And this should work without breaking everything? Oh, it so did. I know how to work software. Excellent. Well, it looks like you guys are done here in Tal'Ushar for the time being.
Can I-
It is a... Yes?
I'll ask a question real quick. What about the HP I couldn't heal?
This new HP just gets tacked on to everything else. So if anyone
So are
has
we
a
just
wound
full
of...
now after leveling?
Nope,
Yeah.
nope. If you have a wound of 4 hit points or higher, you maintain that wound.
Okay,
Nice.
we rested one
Don't have
day,
any-
right? In Tal'Ushar, right?
This is the day after the crypt raiding. So you need 3 days of rest to heal 2 HP, right? You have a healing proficiency, Anna-Sophie. Yeah?
I don't think so, no.
No?
No, I think you said I don't need to take one because I have my healing, which is not working for most of the wounds we get, so. Yeah.
So every 3 days, you guys heal 1 HP.
I think I had a 4-point wound, didn't I?
I had a 5-point wound.
Did you not track it?
I did, but I wrote it down on.
You had a 5-point wound, Maya.
Ah, right. There we go.
So
And Sammy
before
has a
we
5-point as well.
before we leave Tal'Ushar,
Mhm.
Bot would really like to stay to heal 2 hit points with some medical care, so that I can get rid of the 2 -4 hit point wounds and keep the 6 hit point wound, so that I'm at some kind of traveling HP and not gonna
Sure.
get my kobold with 1 shot.
Well, you guys can stick around for 6 days to heal up naturally if you would like, during which time Sammy could be learning spells. Or you could go to the higher level clerics that live in town and ask them to heal you and then leave immediately.
Let's do that.
You can do that?
The second option sounds really good.
For some reason, I thought we didn't have access to that.
Yeah, there are higher level clerics in these cities that, as royal family members, they will absolutely treat you no problem. So let's go down to one of the old cleric houses here. And on the way, where's my
That's never
sounds
good
for
when he
this?
says on the way.
Yeah. Let's talk with Sarah for a moment. You are a cleric of Martha, and yet you find your family going to all these other clerics for their greater healing. How's this making you feel?
So here's the thing. Sarah has thought about this a lot lately because things have not been going in her favor whatsoever. She's tried many things. She's tried to be useful in combat, and she's often failed terribly. She's done way worse than her own camel. It's true, dude. They roll like a lot better. And you get this feeling of just being, you're useful, right? You're being appreciated, as in nicely done, right? But Sarah feels a little bit like nobody actually appreciates the wonder that is happening when she heals somebody, because that's not just, like stitching somebody back together, but that's actually like holy energy that flows through somebody else's body, right? And it's not like a little circus trick. It's something that is really impressive, and she just doesn't feel like people appreciate it enough. And of course, it also stings when you have other people, like other clerics around, who are just so much better at this. So much better than you are. So it's really a challenge. But she also thinks that maybe that's also a little bit the problem that Martha has, right? Because Martha kind of is the goddess of healing and the mother, right? And everybody appreciates that. They're like, oh yeah, that's nice. She's nice. It's good to have. If you're sick, you go to Martha, right? But nobody is ready to invest their energy into this goddess, right? Nobody is ready to live their life after her and is to be like a true follower, right? So maybe that's kind of a way how Martha and Sarah are sharing a path, and maybe she realized that it's that her goal is to actually, make Martha being appreciated by other people and show other people what this wonder of life actually is,
Okay. I see. That's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah,
well,
it's rough.
Yeah. The party arrives at the temple, and the clerics will see to you. It'll take them a minute for each HP that they need to heal. So I think each of you stands with the cleric over you, like holding on to you and slowly making circles or on your shoulders or on your, whatever part of you that is wounded. And there's a soft blue light that fills the area. And unlike when your sister heals you and you have these sorts of memories and reflections and possibly new false memories or whatever the thoughts are going through your head are, this is more of just a deep sense of calm. Sort of like you're getting a really good massage and you start to drift off into sleep, sort of sense of calm. And then 5-10 minutes later, it's done.
After a couple of minutes, instead of the full 5 minutes, I'll ask my sister to heal the rest. What followers were these? What religion?
They are clerics of Martha. Only clerics of Martha have healing spells.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Healing blessings, I should say. Okay. Everyone's all healed up, ready to go. Brand new adventure, brand new journey. You're headed back to Sandashar, right? And I think we can just take off.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else we need, right? Right.
Not that I know.
No.
Does anyone?
Not that I know of either.
Did we give the red shirts retirement money to their family? We did last time,
Yeah,
right?
I already passed that on.
I can't sleep tonight if we didn't. So.
I gave them a platinum to be broken down and given.
Right.
Maya has a couple of new rings.
Necklace.
You know, an extra necklace.
Extra.
Hey, look, all the necklaces I have are, you know, useful.
Okay. And off the party goes, on the road, on their camels, through the Tal'Ushar woods, up the Cape of Rohana, to Sandashar. Let's roll
encounter.
for encounter.
Where is that?
Roll your
Wait,
kobolds.
Cape of Rohana? Alright.
Yeah, it's this whole peninsula.
Right. Because that is also where the old legend is from, like the legend of Rohana, right?
Mm-hmm.
The grave.
Well, Rohana lived in Tal'Ushar, born and raised in Tal'Ushar, and then sort of liberated this entire peninsula and did a bunch of great things back a few years after the gods smashed up the world and wrecked it all. But, you know, that's like 1,500 years ago now, so the details of where she is are completely lost. Nice secret tomb somewhere. Anywho, there are no encounters in the Tal'Ushar woods. You get by without a problem. Your camels can go 42 miles a day, so you make your way about here-ish or so. I know it's a little windy here, but you get up to here-ish or so before the day is out.
It seems the scale isn't working properly.
Oh yeah, the scale is definitely off.
Is
Something
there
is
something
warped
you
here.
know about the Mohamda forest that we're passing?
The Mohamda Forest. Let me take a look at my notes on that. Geography, Akuba. Nope, you know nothing about the Mohamda Forest. My notes are completely blank. There's nothing of interest in there right now whatsoever, although in the future you might have memories that come back to you about the importance of this place. For the time being,
Tip of my tongue.
yeah, it's whatever.
Oh God, why am I nervous now?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just a forest.
Neal doesn't know how he's gonna kill us yet.
It's
That's all.
It's fine. My scales don't look like a piece of shit.
Did we sleep on the journey here to Tal'Ushar?
Yes, you spent a night somewhere.
An unknown location.
On the
Or you didn't
road,
just-
I believe. Right?
I think somewhere around the Cape of Rohana, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. You guys have sleeping bags and everything, yeah?
Yeah.
10.
I have a.
Yeah, I'm assuming we have like a tent, a fancy tent.
I
Yeah.
have my own two-person tent at least.
Yeah.
Well, brother, I'm gonna sleep in your tent because I don't have a tent with me.
It's usually my my hunting supplies.
I see what it is. The last time you had some mercenaries and they were taking care of the logistical things for you. So now that you're off on your own, you're like, time to rest. Oh yeah, we forgot our mercenaries. Shit. Well, Sammy's got a tent, everybody. Looks like we're having a sleepover. All right. Scale swap. We'll figure the scaling out later. That night passes uneventfully. The next day also passes uneventfully, and you make your way back to Sandashar in peace with no problems whatsoever.
Good news.
Yeah. You arrive back in the city, and what is the first thing you're gonna do? Where are you going? You had people you wanted to talk to here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Sandashar, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to do the talking to the Sparksteel family?
I would prefer not to.
I can
Where
try.
do they live in the city, the Sparksteels?
I mean, but surely you should. You've always been you've been wanting to rule.
Sammy, surely. Surely you can do it. Come on, it'd be good for you.
Well, this
Expand
also,
your horizons, brother.
you know my disdain for politics.
Terror is not disdain, brother.
Look, I just don't really like getting into these things.
What if something were to happen to our esteemed older brother? You'd have to step up then, surely.
Well,
What? Why
No.
should something happen to me suddenly?
I'm just look, just work with me here, okay?
well, surely Sarah would be next in line.
What? Okay, fine. Something terrible happens to Sarah as well. You need to learn to stand up for yourself, brother. You need to learn to talk to people. You're a wizard, a great and powerful sorcerer.
I can talk to people. It's
You
just
control. Yes, well, they're people. Talk to them.
this is a matter that I've not trained.
Family.
I've intentionally, pushed this aside. Look, you all know the right way to talk to other nobles.
Brother, let's start with something simple. We still have the contract papers with Mystria that we haven't talked with anyone about whatsoever.
Oh,
Maybe you want to give the documents to the Stonesong family, who are the ones in charge of commerce.
Oh yes, Mystria.
You could do that after visiting the Sparksteel family. Maybe
Brother,
something.
are my possible marital future arrangements part of those documents? Could we perhaps lose them? There's no need to include those. Surely they won't come to anything for any years, if at all.
Contract is a contract. I can't simply break it right now. Maybe at some point in the future, it will be nullified.
Yes. Indeed.
Worry. It's a nice baby.
yeah, but I completely forgot the whole Mystria thing. I assumed you took care of that yourself.
I wanted to, but the Noble Council treated me rather unwelcoming. So there wasn't really time to have a talk with them.
Wouldn't it gain you favor with them slightly, since they were always, I mean, not always, what's she called? Yassi said that that the conclave were quite in favor of this arms deal going forward, and we ensured it's coming. So presenting this could lessen the. I don't know if we want to go with lessening their hatred for you, or if we want to go with enhancing their love of someone else for this whole relations thing.
It might have some impact, but I don't want to wave it over the head right now. I don't think that this would help. I would rather just like to inform them so that they are happy, and just talk to the Sparksteel family first. I think that's more of a sound idea.
Okay. So you guys find the head of the Sparksteel family, their conclave representative. You can easily get a meeting with them, and let's say you are meeting with them out on one of the docks. They actually have their buildings and all of their stuff pretty far away from the docks, but as the representatives in charge of all of this commerce-related stuff, commerce-adjacent stuff, they also frequently spend time down on the harbor. Conveniently, the Sparksteel family would be the people heavily involved with this trade deal as well. If you're trading arms and armor, you definitely need to talk to the Sparksteels about it. So maybe this is a two birds with one stone sort of moment. Are you all here for this discussion, or are we just having one person speak it? Run it.
I'll go if I'm allowed to.
You are a full-fledged royal family member.
Well, I would like to go
But I'm
too.
not the head.
No, you're the toes.
We can all be there, but I think we should still. I would still say, Bud, do you want to do the talking, and I pitch in if there's anything coming up?
Yeah, perhaps Yassi should sit in at least.
She can come with you as well.
Yeah, she could take notes.
All right, you guys find yourself down on the docks, sitting in a very comfortable and lush tavern on the third floor, on one of the piers, sort of overlooking all of the little people and the little boats that are coming and going, and there's some properly dressed butlers in, bow ties and tails walking around, bringing everyone fancy cocktails and little dishes of caviar and ice. You're sitting up here, and your Spark Steel representative shows up. His name is Dave. Dave the dwarf. Where are my notes?
Dave the dwarf.
Yep.
All right, my name's Dave. I'm a dwarf.
He comes on over and plops himself down heavily and semi-unceremoniously and gives kind of a barking, "Give me an ale!" to the nearby butlers, servants, and then looks across at the six of you and goes, "I feel like I'm underrepresented. A lot of you. Is there a problem?"
I'm
Please,
sure men like.
you're enough dwarf for all of us, sir.
That's what I wanted to say. Very good, sister.
Excellent.
We're just here to enjoy the best beer of the town.
Well, as we always said, one dwarf is worth 5 men, so...
Oh, indeed.
I'm very thankful that you had time to meet me and my siblings.
Excellent.
Now, and
Yes?
I take a sip out of the from the beer. We have an inquiry, I think. As the and I look around if no one is listening in, and I start to whisper a bit more. As there might be some conflict coming up with Drekis, or yes, that's the same feeling I have when I think about those pesky Drakisians and their wish for war. Nonetheless, I think we should be prepared. And with the arms delivery to Mystria, I'm not sure we are.
What arms deal to Mystria?
Well, on our voyage to Mystria, we made a deal with King Gilder to deliver him a stockpile of weapons and armor.
You can see his eyes begin to sparkle as you say that. Golden coins start raining down behind the lids. He gets this far-off gaze.
It will be a wealthy deal for Akuba.
Yes.
But what you need to know is that the gold is not mystery in gold we will be paid in. But,
No,
well-
I agree, and I'm glad to see you've come to your senses. I spoke to your father some time ago about this, and he was wishy-washy as usual. No offense intended, God rest the soul of the king. But he didn't see the same way as we did, so I'm glad that you've come around to our way of viewing things. Yes, we have arms
totally
aplenty, and
understandable.
we are happy to sell them to the highest bidder.
an enemy of our enemy is our friend, right?
Absolutely.
And we nobles have to pay bills as well. I fully support this.
Good. Are the particulars available?
Of the deal.
Yes.
Yes, we have the documents with us. Are the
May
documents? Yes.
Reaches out a
sure.
hand, sort of shaky like. What are the particulars that you guys signed off on? Because I remember it being a little vague. But was it half the weapons in your armory plus some time of production?
I think we agreed on selling the items in the inventory while forging new weapons for our own inventory. Okay. I think that's the part of the deal.
So you're selling the presently unused arms and armor that are just sitting around.
Yes.
All right. He reads over it, nods to himself a few times, looks up to you and says, This is excellent. This is perfect. Have you spoken to the Stone Song family yet?
Not yet. I wanted to visit them after we had our little chat.
Well, I was speaking with Guy yesterday, and he's also in agreement on this one. More arms for gold. It's a great opportunity for us. This war of these foreigners is going to make us rich. Now, if only we could find a way to sell weapons to both sides.
That's a clever idea. If it wouldn't be Drakisians, we would arm.
I know. Goddamn Eridonians, and they're dying already.
Yes, totally. I mean, as long as they've waged their war, we can live in peace and enjoy the gold, right?
Good. I'm glad you see it this way, Padarios. I had my doubts about you. All that time you spent down there, but I see it's turned you into a proper dwarf.
Well, it told me everything I need to know about my own land and why I love Akuban this much.
Good.
Well, we recently visited Tal'Ushar on a personal matter. We did some research, and I crammed up some copies of the books we found the information about noble families in, and I bring one page forward and say, I'm sure you know of your ancestor, Duncan Sparksteel.
Of course, the great and legendary Smith Duncan.
Yes. And in these times of possible war, well, there are quite a few legends about his skill and his ability to manufacture arms and armor in sheer unknown numbers in a large quantity during wartime.
Famous story.
Yes. And we wanted to know if you would be interested in finding out if these legends hold true.
Of course they're true.
Well, do you know how he did it?
With the might of his arm.
Well, and I basically give him over a couple of the research papers and say, the things we read about him is that he might have had help in some shape or form.
What sort of human-born conspiracy theory is this to undermine the sanctimony and the hard work of countless generations of dwarven smiths? This is the typical human bullshit that gets touted out every time he comes back up. He couldn't have done it on his own. He needed help. He must have had an army of goblins working for him. It's a bunch of bullshit is what it is. Duncan Sparksteel is a legendary dwarf and a legendary smith, and I won't stand for any of this.
Sir, please. Sir, calm yourself.
Sorry. Point of contention.
No one wants to take away from his accomplishments. I have the greatest of honor for Duncan Sparksteel. And your race has, well, it is known for their skill in manufacturing arms and armor. If I would be reborn, I would have loved to be reborn as a dwarf. But sadly, I'm just a human. Something I have to live with all my life. I don't say that Duncan had help from humans. Don't take me wrong. But wouldn't it be great to settle this matter once and for all?
It is
find
settled.
out the truth behind it?
What?
But
It
wouldn't
is
it be good to
settled.
have evidence you can throw at them rather than just having to, verbally defend him again and again?
That's ridiculous. We don't. There's no additional need for evidence. Everyone else is wrong and we're right, and we know we're right, and that's it. That's all there is to it.
I understand.
Don't you get
Listen.
tired of defending him, though?
I get tired of people like you insulting him.
Please, sir, we are not insulting him. We hold him in the highest esteem.
Listen, do you know how enchanting weapons work?
Dave, what I want to tell you, and I see that I'm failing at it, is that whatever secrets he has taken to his grave, wouldn't it be great if these secrets he had would belong to you? There are things that I'm pretty sure you would want to know as well. And I would be more than happy then do you the favor and try to find out more about it. But I would not take this endeavor without your blessing. I have too much respect for your family.
Good. Well, I hope that's the end of it then.
Well, and I turn to my siblings. There goes the endless knowledge of Duncan Sparksteel, forever buried in his tomb, never to be used for the good of dwarven kind again.
Brother, may I?
Yes.
I'm going to sort of come around the table and sort of kneel in front of the dwarf and take his hand and go, Sir, if I may,
Yes.
having these weapons would be the greatest boon to our country. Are you not devoted to our country, sir?
Of course I am.
Do you not want us to have every possible advantage in the coming, let us face it, the coming struggles,
Of course.
possibly war?
Of course.
Would you not allow us to visit the tomb of your ancestor and see if we can retrieve these weapons, this knowledge, and return them to you?
He growls to himself for a moment.
I give him like the big eyes and the...
What weapons?
I look to my brother.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
It
You
was-
think knowledge of Duncan
Knowledge-
Sparksteel will help you in an upcoming war, huh?
You said he was one of the greatest blacksmiths of all time, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
What if he was buried with some schematics, some plans, a certain kind of metal, something that could give us the edge in the war?
Imagine being able to
has some
recreate the things he
blacksmithing?
made.
Now, I don't deny I've always wondered what his techniques were, and always wished to view upon his notes and see him in work.
Sir, you should come with us
Oh,
to make sure there is no ill will. To make
one
sure
of the great honors we would face traveling with you.
yes, it would be amazing.
What you speak of an upcoming war? As far as I know, it's between them off in the east. What war are we
Well, then-
facing?
All the riches Mystria possesses right now are stolen from their neighbors. There's nothing left of gold or valuables in the Mystria that is their own. All the wealth goes to Scoria, the Red Dragon. What do you think will happen once Scoria has it all and demands more?
Sounds
has
like
the
human
riches
problems to me.
Well,
The
As I
dwellers.
see-
Sorry, brother.
no, I mean, as I see it, Scoria will be a problem for everyone else as well. And if Mystria isn't able to defeat Drekis, but loses against it, we are facing a Drekis that is more powerful than ever before.
If I may, the wealth of the dwarves is well known. You would become a target. quite quickly.
Are you supposing that after Mystria wins the war against Drekis, that the Scoria the Red Dragon will come here and burn the dwarves to get our gold?
It seems likely.
So then shouldn't we not sell arms to Mystria? Isn't that the more simple answer?
They would then turn to us quicker. We need time to prepare.
Well, I can't go about giving you permission to go open old tombs from centuries past without speaking to the rest of my family first. And I don't think they're gonna be accommodating on that matter. I don't know how much you know about us, but we like to let the dead dwarves rest. It's the only sleep we ever get.
Sounds like you at least agree with us, though.
I don't know if I agree with you.
We don't want to disturb the rest of the dead. I respect your ancestors as I respect mine. Sorry,
Well-
I'm not laughing. As I respect mine, and I just think in these dire times that we are facing, Duncan would agree to pick up his hammer and start smithing the weapons like he did.
He would, but he's not here.
Yes, you
And
are.
I don't think you're gonna find anything in there other than a disrupted grave from your own doings. I'll ask the rest of the family, but don't hold your breath. Now, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna go have a beer somewhere a little further away from water. And he gets up and waddles off. Leaving you guys in the very nice tavern overlooking the ocean. Maya, how do you feel about this?
Well, I'm about to say, like, so we just go in anyway, right?
He would notice. I mean, it crossed my mind.
They prefer to leave their ancestors alone, right?
But if we come out without any results or anything useful,
They won't know. We just need to go in stealthily.
stealthily, yes. After talking about it, there sure won't be any guards or anyone taking a lookout for us. No.
Oh, guards can be dealt with.
I think we need to trust in the greed and desire of the dwarfs. Hopefully.
Wasn't
Well,
this
that-
path supposed to assist in the favor of the dwarves in the first place? I don't think disturbing their tomb after they have told us not to is going to do any of us any favors.
Let's just wait and see what decision they make. There's no need to discuss this right now. If they decline, we can still have this discussion.
If I might wander down to the wait. How close is the tomb, by the way? Is it here or is it?
Abenkai, it's the town just down the ways.
The
one
one
day's
that
right.
We might want to go and have a look at the tomb and just, see how well guarded it is. Obviously not go in or anything, but just, see the
I'm sure-
security measures.
I'm pretty sure we can wait 1 or 2 days for the answer. There's no need to hastily rush it. I think this would be a very bad move to do.
Okay.
All right, I'm just thinking that if we were going to venture into the tomb without permission, that doing it before they could alert the guards would be a good idea.
We're not going to the tomb without permission.
Very well, sister.
there are other avenues to explore still, in terms of tomb robbing.
Yes.
Not tomb robbing, it's tomb salvaging.
We have to prepare for the council meeting first, anyways.
All right. So we're gonna. Sorry, not to interrupt you. Why don't we take our first break here? When we come back, we will figure out what you guys want to talk to the council about, and we're gonna learn some spells for Sammy, and then we will jump into something. So let's take a short break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you guys on the other side. Bye.